Welcome to the video of 12 Principles of Animation. The 12 principles were fleshed out by Ollie Johnston and Frank Thomas through their book, The Illusion of Life, Disney Animation. It was released in 1981, and in that book, they decided to look back at what separated Disney animators from the rest of the animators of the 1930s. Their first principle that they look at is squash and stretch. Squash and stretch gives the illusion of gravity, weight, and mass. If you think about a rubber ball, when it hits the ground, it squashes, and when it releases from the ground, it stretches. You could see that in animation too. The second principle is anticipation. Anticipation helps prepare the viewer for what's about to happen. When it applied, it has the effect of making the object's action more realistic, like setting up. The next one is staging. Staging lets you direct your viewer's eye. If done correctly, you could get the attention of the viewers to one side of the screen. Straight ahead and pose to pose. Usually when an animator is using straight ahead, they're drawing each frame right after the other using either an onion scan or a light tablet so that they could just do any transformation as they see fit. When you do pose to pose, you either draw the beginning, the middle, and the end, and then add a couple of keyframes in between to give you the illusion of the transformation. In the example, the one on the left is straight ahead, the one on the right is pose to pose. Follow through and overlapping action. When objects come to a standstill after being in motion, different parts of the objects will still stay in motion. Similar to when you're running and your hair still has a bounce to it. That's how you can think of follow through and overlapping action. Slow in and slow out. When something moves, it starts off slowly, speeds up, and then when it stops, it slows down again. Arc. When working in animation, it's best to stick with the laws of physics. Most objects follow an arc. For example, when you toss a ball in the air, it will go up and then arc due to Earth's gravity. Secondary action emphasizes a main action from your character. Adding secondary actions help add more dimension to the characters or objects. Timing. Using proper timing gives your animation a more realistic view. On the example, I have the blob guy rolling two balls. One of them is just following a static time and it just doesn't look real. The bottom ball uses better timing to kind of show it speed up and slow down. Exaggeration. Too much realism can ruin animation, making it appear static and boring. Instead, when you use exaggeration, you make your scenes more dynamic. Solid drawing. This includes knowing anatomy, understanding how weight and volume, lights and shadows work. It also, if you understand how to draw in 3 dimensions so that you give more volume to your drawings. The last principle is appeal. Giving appeal will make your viewers want to look at your animation. You want your animation to be something that draws in the viewers. Give it personality, give it a solid drawing. There's no real formula for this, so you just got to start with some really good character development. And that's it for the 12 principles of animation. If you want to learn more about animation, check out our library collection and come down to the studio. We have a lot of programs and softwares that could get you started in animation. Thank you.